Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary O'Connor with the Alaskan Aviation Safety Foundation and with the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. We'd like to thank Alaska Public Media for allowing us to bring you Hangar Flying. We are pleased to have Steve Williams back on our show. Steve is a designated pilot examiner, a Gold Star flight instructor, an airframe and power plant mechanic, and a pilot with over 15,000 hours. Tonight, we are continuing our talk with him about angle of attack indicators. Welcome back, Steve.
Welcome, thank you.
On our last show, we talked about angle of attack indicators and why they're a great idea to help pilots increase their safety margin. Can you tell us about the installation process?
First of all, the FAA has made it a minor alteration, so that's a great thing. Installation instructions were reasonably straightforward. The difficult was setting the angle of the probe on the wing. Took us 3 or 4 tries. We'd go to calibrate it and it wouldn't calibrate. We'd have to come back and change the probe. Once that was in limits, then calibrating was fairly simple, just pushing a button at 1.3 VSO.
So by calibrating, you mean taking the airplane up in the air, flying it, and matching airspeeds?
Yes, you calibrate it in a hangar, so it has a static calibration, and then you push a button at 1.3 VSO, power off, and then you accelerate to cruise and push your cruise configuration, and then you save all the data, and it's done.
Oh, wow.
So pretty simple. First 2 times we did it, it wouldn't calibrate because we had the AOA probe at the wrong angle on the wing. And there's about 10 adjustments. You just move it 5-degree increments.
So it sounds like patience is probably the most required asset for working out the calibration process.
Plan on 2 or 3 flights to be able to calibrate it.
Okay. And what type of pilots do you think would most benefit from installing angle of attack indicators?
All pilots, private pilots, can understand the relationship between angle of attack and speed and stall. Advanced pilots can use it by understanding that they're on speed when they're going to a short gravel bar. They're not too slow, they're not too fast. It helps me in my fly-in, and I fly Cubs lots, so I'm an advocate for everybody. It helps my primary students understand angle of attack, another piece of the puzzle.
So you had mentioned that you had flown with an angle of attack indicator in a Citation in a previous life, and now you have one in a Super Cub. So you think every airplane in between those 2 extremes would benefit from an angle of attack indicator?
It's a huge thing. The problem with our stall speed in airplanes is at gross weight, aft CG, power off. Well, that number is very subjective. Angle of attack indicator works at any weight, any CG, so it's a more accurate indication of your stall or your margin above stall.
Okay. So do you plan on using them in your advanced training that you do with people that want to go out and do gravel bar work or short strip work?
In fact, that's where it's the most useful. I work with people on the stall spin problem, the moose stall problem, and typically it happens on their departure or even greater in downwind to base and base to final. And it's a picture of the angle of attack increasing when you're making that downwind to base turn and the base to final turn. And when you're on your departure stall, when you make your crosswind turn, if you haven't accelerated, it shows you that your angle of attack is increased in the turn. Great teaching tool and practical use.
So if I was thinking about getting one of these for my airplane, is there a way to test them out, or how might I see if this would be a good thing for me?
Well, my flight school is Acme Cub Training, and we have a Super Cub with one installed, and we're glad to take people out and show them how it works, and show them the indications, and let them get comfortable, see how user-friendly the hardware is.
So after your experience, you've just had it for a month, do you think you might want to install angle of attack indicators in any other of your aircraft?
I'm in the process of building a second wheel cub for my flight school this winter, and it's definitely on the list. Will be on the equipment list.
Great. You sound like a true advocate.
It's a good thing. It's a good safety thing and a good teaching tool. I definitely think they'll help people understand angle of attack and stalls.
Great. And that will lead to a safer pilot population.
I definitely will help people understand how to fly safer.
Great. Thank you so much for being here with us, Steve.
Thank you.
It's been great learning about angle of attack indicators and hearing another pilot describe the benefits of them. We're getting more and more aircraft in Alaska equipped with angle of attack indicators, and helping pilots learn about options for safety is a goal. Christmas is coming, and for you pilots out there, this Christmas might be the one where you give yourself a gift that might save lives. Until next time, fly safely.